What is going on, everyone? Today is the day. I am incredibly excited. I've been teasing this all week. I had posted a few videos this week with the Numb Knife Works prototypes that I've had for the last week and a half. This, the N3, this, the N4, and this, the N6. So these are the three. If you go take a look at my shorts, if you haven't already, you'll see testing videos with these three knives. I have two variants of each, which I'm going to go through here in a second. But I do publicly want to say it was incredibly cool and kind of Nick to send these out for me to take a look at. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I love all three of these designs. I think you guys definitely will. And let me tell you, he's got even more down the pipe that are going to be coming out hopefully in 2026. But my God, some of these designs are just mind blowing, in my opinion. They are badass and beautiful. I can tell you that Nick, he's got sort of an eclectic background, but he's got a number of years as an architect. And I was telling him the other day, and I know he doesn't accept compliments well, and I think it's partially because he's trying to be respectful to people that have been in the game for a while, and he's considers himself new, which he still is. But these are three new prototypes that I again have fallen in love with. That's now, I think, 6 or 7 that I feel the same way about. Obviously, I like his design language, for lack of a better term. He's got a great mind for design, and I think his years as an architect help him dramatically. But these knives are just so cool, so badass. And again, this here, starting off with the N3, has an overall length of 7.75. It's got Van X blade seal. It's got this beautiful belt satin finish, titanium bolster with that anode collar, the blue anode collar, the blue denim micarta. Just feels incredibly comfortable, especially with the jimping on the spine, with the notch in the spine and the finger choil. Your hand is locked in. So for those tougher cuts, man, it just feels super comfortable. No hot spots, no issues. Very smooth action. Oh, all of these knives, I should mention, are OEM'd again by Riot. And somehow they've made them even smoother than before. Just really cool knives. You can use your thumb to deploy this. You can Spidey flick it. The angle sucks, but you can use the pinch lock as well. Just a great knife. I love the blue denim micarta, but now we also have the carbon fiber with a grayed out or matte stonewash finish. Just really good looking knife. Very comfortable, very smooth. I actually love the clips. I heard someone say on one of the comments that he thought the clips were a bit long. I think he was specifically talking about one of the smaller models, but I've had no issues with the clip, and I love the way that they look as well. All three of these prototypes, by the way, there will be changes on them. There's a couple I can talk about because I know they're happening. Not that I'm restricted in any way, but I'd rather have him or have all that come through him because I don't know what the final designs will be. Moving on to the N4. This is one that will definitely have one of the more aggressive blade shapes, one of the cooler blade shapes, at least in my opinion. I think everyone's going to love this knife. I don't know if it doesn't have a thicker blade stock. I think I've said to you guys a number of times I have an affinity for smaller knives. This isn't that small, by the way. This, I think, the overall length on this one is 7 1/4. It's Elmax blade steel with that belt satin finish again. The belt satin on this, I mean, look at this. How clean, how beautiful is that? Oh my God, I love that. The blade, or the cutting edge, I should say, is 2.75. These are my measurements, by the way. These aren't his, so I just want to note that. The changes around the contouring of the pinch lock on this one are very cool. He has it sort of stepped out, and it has a matching pattern on the bottom of the scale as well. I love that he used the straight lines, or more straight lines on this. I mentioned it in the shorts that I posted as well. It just feels very comfortable. I mean, extremely comfortable. Even on the harder cuts. The action, just like the M3, very smooth, very crisp deployments. Just really cool. And I think in this one, as much as I love this standard titanium with the anode hardware, I also love this guy, which is the DLC version. Again, the belt satin finish actually comes through nicely on this. With the attention to detail, having the collar around the pivot and the pinch lock. Again, with that step down contouring. I think that looks so cool. It's so great when you run into a designer that somehow has the, I don't know, you're just, he's in your wheelhouse as far as the design language goes, and everything that they create, at least to this point, you really enjoy. And that's sort of the relationship I have with Nick's designs. I think we're on the same wavelength when it comes to the knives we like. In any case, this is the DLC version. Again, these are Elmax blade steel, 7¼ inches overall length, with the cutting edge is 2¾ inches. Absolutely beautiful. But let's move on to the last one here, which is the N6. I had mentioned earlier that the N3 was what caught my eye. They all caught my eye, let's be honest. But this one, the N6, is what sort of has, I guess, the staying power for me in my mind. It holds the largest spot in that. My God, if you go look at the short that I put out for the testing, this is one of the sharpest blades. I mean, I've always been a fan of Warnies, but this is one of the sharpest knives I've handled in a while. More specifically, I did all the cutting tests with this variant, with the grayed out or stonewash finish, with the anode hardware, as well as the collars again. But super sharp. And this one's going to actually have a couple of big changes made to it, which are only going to enhance it. But I do want to say that the action for a larger knife, and when I say larger, the overall length is, I think, just a hair over 8 inches, or maybe just 8 inches on the dot. The blade is 3 inches. It's S90V blade steel. But I have to tell you, it is for one of the larger, or one of the bigger, at least in this collection, it's the biggest overall length, or the longest overall length. The action is just, it's drop shot. It's drop shot action, and it's got a crisp deployment. There's more than enough room to deploy it however you want, whether you want to spidey flick it, if you want to use your thumb to deploy it. But this is where one of the biggest changes is being made. So Nick had mentioned that it's an unintentional front flipper, but there's no jimping. There's no extension of the blade here to make it a front flipper, but you can still use it that way. You really got to put some pressure on it to get it to go, but you can still do that. So he's going to add a little bit of height to the blade and add some jimping, and it's going to be a super dialed in knife. And I also want to mention, I think every one of us at this point has had at least one family member go through their battle with cancer. Nick's wife, Lindsay, has done the same, and this was a nod to her with the pink accents, which is very cool. And by the way, I said it in the short, and I truly meant it. Not only is Lindsay awesome and such a sweetheart of a person, but she's also a badass. And if you've met her, you can put that together pretty quickly. So I thought that was very cool. But this has definitely become my favorite of the three. And by the way, that's not easy for me to say. I love all three of these designs. I don't, unfortunately, have any sort of info on a release date. Nick is doing whatever he can to get these finalized and get out to you guys. Obviously, with Blade Show coming up, I don't know what's going to happen, but man, these three are absolutely beautiful. Just to put them back out here, let's stick with the stonewash and satin finish. So again, you have the N3, you have the N4, and of course, as we just discussed, we have the N6. So these are the latest three prototypes from Numb Knife Works. My God, I mean, just look at them. They're beautiful knives. They're so different in so many ways, and Nick has this ability he has so much attention to detail with all of his designs. I don't think I said it because I've had to record this a few times, and I don't know if I said it, but I've watched Nick, the painstaking process of getting milling right through the design process, designing the CAD files and having the graphics. My God, it is no easy feat to get the milling the right way or how he wants it. So there's a lot of hours put into these, and it's worth it. And for my side of this, it is absolutely worth it. Those are three gorgeous knives. If you have questions, post them. I'm sure Nick, if he has time, will get around to them. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you wanted testing, and it's not in this one, of course, just go take a look at the shorts. I did so much testing with these knives. They were so fun to play with. And absolutely three of the more effective knives I've used in a while. But thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll be back soon again with another one.